Gosh, straight out of the gate. Do you want me to actually have a go, or a yes or a no answer to that? I'll have to think. Ernie, Nick, Tim Clark, Retief, Stuart Appleby, Stephen Leaney, Robert Allenby, KJ Choi, Peter Lonard, let me think, there was maybe another South African, and Australian. I think there was maybe 5 Australians. Stuart, Robert, Peter, Steve. I've said all the Australians. There was Ernie, Retief, Tim, Mike Weir. Sorry, what a shocker. One more. Is it a South African? No. Is it an Australian? What? VJ. Yeah. Well, lots of things really. I mean, I think we're putting forward our strongest team for quite a while. You know, I think things have been moving in a positive direction for our team since Ernie took over as captain. There's been a lot of talk about the Shield, but that is something, and it's becoming bigger and bigger. And there are guys like Minwoo on this team who basically his golf life has been aiming to play for the International Shield. So, you know, our team effort and dynamic has changed so much. What the program the captains have put in place for us, you know, they're kind of teeing everything up for us, and I think a couple of years ago was a tough spot for us at Quail Hollow. You know, a few guys who may have been on our team weren't there, and the last 2 years we've rebuilt and we're putting together a formidable team. And I think, you know, playing the United States is never easy, whether you're the internationals or Europe, but we can take inspiration from what Europe has managed to do. We're generally on paper being the underdogs, but, you know, we're determined to go out there this year and change this script of this event. Certainly, I want to improve my record in this event, and I'm very determined. You know, I don't know how many more opportunities I'll get, if any. So this is a big week for me, but I have a lot of belief in this team. I can't remember feeling so comfortable coming into a President's Cup. I don't think so. I think I made a conscious effort. Maybe it was the last time. Maybe it was in Melbourne. I can't remember. But, you know, it was kind of the old guard of the President's Cup internationals stopped playing. I stopped dwelling on that and really just started looking forward to these events, to the opportunity of winning, and all the players on this team, maybe with the exception of me, are fresh. You know, not so much. But, you know, they're my inspiration for the President's Cup now. They're my motivation to do well. They have an opportunity, along with me this week, to win this event, and you know they might have the opportunity to win many of them. I don't know how I'd feel. I mean, it is certainly something I've thought about with Hideki as well, Jason. You know, we've been around over 10 years, each of us now, and you know, it is an accomplishment outside of our individual performances that we miss. And I think if I answered now, I would probably underestimate the impact it would have if we were to get a win. For over 20 years? Yeah, I mean, I think I started by having very lofty goals as a kid. You know, my dreams were big, and I've achieved some of those, but I haven't achieved them all, including winning this event. And it's the lack of accomplishing them that keeps me motivated at this point. And you know, just being quite driven, I guess. You know, if I'm going to start analyzing myself, driven to not give up on that. I think it would be fairly easy to kind of let go at this point, having had a nice career out here. But you know, I still truly believe that I have more to add to my resume. Yeah. Yeah, it's been great to have him back involved. Obviously for Hideki, that's nice. They shared a great experience at the Olympics recently. But the successes like that are few and far between over the years for our team. So to have the guy here who went 5-0 in Melbourne is great inspiration. And for me personally, I mean, to go undefeated this week is a fantastic goal, because my record isn't that stellar in this thing, and I'd love to change that this week. Coming off the back of playing well this summer, I feel, you know, the best thing I can do is contribute points for this team. For sure, this team was huge motivation for me at the end of the season. Other than making sure you're in the top 50 of the FedEx Cup and then wanting to make Atlanta and wanting to win PGA Tour events, one, I didn't want to put Mike in an awkward position to pick an old guy, and I also wanted to show him, you know, that I have the game, and it was important for me to qualify for this, and I ended up doing that nicely. And I know what these events take to perform and win matches. It's an intense situation, and that extra confidence from my good play this summer is going to serve me well this week. He's going to have one of the most memorable weeks of his career this week. And like I said, I've never felt so comfortable coming in, not because of my game necessarily being good, but I watch a lot of this stuff all year. I watch a lot of these guys play, even though I'm playing my own game. I observe, and these guys are no joke. They're incredible players, and they're going to step up this week. I recently had a similar experience in Australia playing the 2019 President's Cup. It's one of the most memorable weeks for me in my life. Even though we didn't win, it was close, but to play in front of the home crowd is something that in my life I haven't done that much, believe it or not, on a big stage like the President's Cup. I play events in Australia every year, but with the best Americans coming down and the best other foreign players playing on a big stage like that is truly special. So Mac and Corey and Taylor and Mike this week are going to have such memorable weeks. The antagonizing works if you can back it up on the course. Truly, I believe that. If you put the needle out there and then go out and win some matches, that's a nice tactic, but you have to back it up, because I'm pretty sure if the needle gets put out there, you're going to antagonize and you're going to stir up, and the other guys are going to play with a chip on their shoulders. So you better be ready to back it up on the course if you're going to throw some stuff out there. I think it's just a bit of a play well thing. It's a courtesy thing at that point. I mean, I think kind of get what your question is. Like, even seeing them at the function last night. Okay, here we go. We're gonna meet the enemies this week, and you know, you kind of get the pleasantries out of the way last night, and it's down to business. And you know, I have great relationships with all of those guys, but they'll know this week. You know, I'm not out there batting with them, and it's just a courtesy on the first tee and the whole way around. It should be played in a good spirit, but we want to beat them bad. Yeah, I think there are natural things that develop every year. I mean, we have Minwoo this year, quite a character. Not the youngest player, but a lot of energy. You know, and that'll filter through the team as well. You know, I really feel like I said before, we've put together a really great team. I don't even feel the need to be that vocal, and this is going to be a shared job to win this week. Everyone's going to have to pull their weight. Everyone's going to do a bit. And I've never seen our team look so confident. Well, in a roundabout way, we kind of always have benefited, whether it's with a charitable donation or something. And I think whether it's prize money or a charitable donation, that's a big enough gesture for the players. You know, we're professional golfers, but there's a balance as well. You know, we do very well on the PGA Tour with prize money, and you know, there's parts of giving back, whether it's actually giving back charitable dollars or giving back by showing up and not competing for prize money for a week. It all should be a fair balance, is what I think, and I think we're at a place where that's fine. Yes. Yeah. Well, he's quite a personality. You know, he's a smiley face for us. And I was saying before, he's a player who's had incredible success in this tournament. 5-0, undefeated in Melbourne, winning the Cup in Melbourne. Only he and Ernie are here who have won the President's Cup. We tied in South Africa, but you know, he's a great addition, obviously, for Hideki, but for me too, and just generally a positive person. And that's what you want around this week. Yeah, I caught up with him. What's that? Yeah, a little bit. His experience, a little bit about golf as well, how we're playing the game, what he sees, talking about Japan. You know, it's nice to catch up with him. You know, we have a great atmosphere going in our room. It's possible it doesn't happen. I mean, it will ultimately be, you know, up to the Department of Justice to kind of guide that. So, you know, I think as we've read and as Jay has said, you know, both parties are working toward a deal, but it's not completely up to the two parties trying to do the deal. I don't know. I see some media, and you know, some of it is completely speculation or rumor. But you know, it's been going on a long time, so there's times when it seems like it's constantly being worked on all the time. Well, he's our best player. You know, I mean, that's a good start point. We need is he 6th in the world or whatever he is? He's won twice, 2 big events this year. He brings the strength to this team, and whoever plays with him, it's like a dream pairing to play with Hideki. He's so good, and you know, we are going to lean on him. This week, we need him to deliver points. You know, we need our best player to deliver points. He knows that. It's like I feel like I need to deliver more points than I have before. And, you know, if a couple of the older, more experienced players can do that, hopefully it can filter down throughout the rest of the team. Yeah, it's going to be great. Like I said, he's bringing energy to our team. You know, like a couple of years ago, Tom Kim was re-energizing this team. Minwoo's adding to that. He's funny. You know, you got to watch out. Don't fall asleep in the wrong place or Minwoo will catch you out, as you saw with Siwoo. You know, but it is that youth. It's a different generation than when I was young, you know. They're confident. They don't fear anything, and you know, I hope he finds his rhythm out there early and has a great experience this week playing great golf, because you know he's going to want to do it many times in the future. Yeah, I mean, my swing might look good. It doesn't always feel good, that's for sure. Let's see. You know, Sungjae, I would say, first of all, because, you know, that rhythm is so unique. That backswing probably takes how long my whole swing takes. And, you know, for a guy who sometimes can get a bit fast and out of rhythm, I like to think of me swinging like Sungjae to kind of slow myself down. Well, I'm lucky I was around when it was created, and I've heard the story many times now. And I was a big supporter of creating this shield as an identity for us to play under, our own identity created by international players. It's important, and it's already had an effect. And I think the videos are just there to educate or remind players coming back for the second time maybe, or even the first time for a couple of us, that you know what this is all about. But I think the Shield's done an incredible job for international players. Even throughout the year, just seeing it around, whether it's on a golf towel in the locker room or a hat in the crowd, you know, that this international team shouldn't be overlooked, and I think this week we're going to make sure that we're not. Yeah, I look at what they are up to, and I'm privy to a lot of stuff because they're my mates, I guess, and you know, they think maybe I can provide some insight on some things. I think it's a lot of work. I'd rather play at this point. Who's on the bag? Will? Oh yeah, I'm sure I've played with him back in the day, for sure. Yeah, yeah, that's funny. You know, opposites attract like that, so. Yeah. Master. You know, I just have so much admiration for what he does, the pressure he deals with playing for all of Japan as their greatest player ever, I think. And, you know, he is the master. Okay, no worries, thanks.